Got a question for you.
Want to wake up?
I don't want to wake up.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
We will dedicate this broadcast to
The early birds?
The early birds.
Well, we all know.
Early Bird Gets the Worm.
Good Lord, worms.
For breakfast.
Oh, just a coffee, thanks.
Come on, we're ready to start the show.
Is this the show?
What is it?
Showtime.
Pop, pop, it's showtime. Showtime.
Yes, it is showtime. Welcome. It is a 6:09 Monday morning, and thanks for hopping aboard the early first day of the busy week party barge. Cloudy and 61 degrees downtown at the moment. And let me see. Imagine that as I peek out the window. It is raining. But fortunately, for the most part, we got stuff in over the weekend. Not just our own Taste of Syracuse, but some of the other festivals that were going on throughout the weekend. Mostly dry, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I mean, it
not
rained.
bad.
Yeah, rained early part of Saturday.
Yes.
And then we had a nice break.
That's right.
Saturday afternoon and Saturday all day was great.
Yeah.
Friday late afternoon was fine. A little misty, but okay. It all worked out. Saturday was insane.
Yes. Saturday was, at the Taste of Syracuse. This is where we were, obviously. And just jamming. Great. Little by little, you could tell when people were getting stuff done around the house. Maybe coming off if you're out on a boat doing fishing, or whatever you might have been doing, but you could see, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
It really started to get to popping. And then by the time Stephen Page took the stage and had a great set, by the way. Clinton Square was jamming, dancing, and a great party. Good times all the way around.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Oh, and then I announced the band after Stephen. There was another band after Stephen Page, The Arcade. And before that, in between bands, I got to award the Golden Fork Gomez.
No kidding.
Yes.
Wow. Is that something to save for 7 o'clock shots, or do you want to?
We can do it at 7 o'clock shots. It'll be cool. Our tease. Yeah. It was this Golden Fork Award for the person with the most votes.
Love it.
At Taste of Syracuse. And I'll tell you who the winner was, where you can find them, and good food, good samples all the way around. And this guy got the most votes. It's really cool. Yeah.
But all in all, great weekend. Thanks to everybody who stopped out, not just to the Taste of Syracuse, but swung by the Wildcat Sports Pub Broadcast Tower to say hi. And then also, hopefully, swung by your place at Art in the Park. Lisa, you had your booth set up there, and I know it was pretty jamming. I mean, a couple times when I swung by there, it's a nice little spot where you can sort of take a break, step outside the one area there, and have a seat, grab your food.
Yeah. So if you're at the Taste event, and then you're looking at Salina Street, you go, I want to say that's south. So you walk towards the Chase Bank building, and there's a little, if you're familiar with Syracuse, there is a red sculpture, and it's stairs, and it's a little green, and that was really nice. There were some kids, playing around, and people sat there and had their food and came over and had a chat, and it was really nice. Yeah. There were a lot of great vendors. Oh, the one gal, there's a girl, this is so good, Gomez. I got to share this with the group, but she makes earrings that look like food.
Nice.
And they are super cute, and I'll give her a 7 o'clock shot too, but I'll just show you the picture. Let's see. These, you can't see them because
a little bit washed
they're
out.
Donuts. They look exactly like donuts.
Love it.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks again. Another successful taste in the rearview mirror. Next up, of course, the Syracuse Nationals in July, which now here it is on June 9th. It's like 6 weeks away. But you'll be hearing more on that, obviously, in the coming days and weeks as we get ready for our annual get-together at the New York State Fairgrounds. Our email address, Gomez & Co., tk99@gmail.com. This from Fred, who had a busy weekend on the farm. The wildfire smoke was bad for Fred on Saturday up on the hill there in Poppy. Also, at the Taste of Syracuse, if either of you were not married and had your eyeballs on the lookout on the 1 to 10 scale, how would you rate the men and women as you were sitting from the broadcast tower at the Syracuse event. I would say the event is a very accurate cross-section of America.
I would agree. And I think if you were looking for love
Yes.
at a festival
That's right.
such as Taste of Syracuse, you may well find it.
No
There's
doubt.
someone for everyone.
No doubt.
So, I know people who met at Taste and got married and now have 2 children.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. He spilled the beer on her, I think. I think that's how they met.
Anyway, thank you for that, Fred. Aside from that, here coming up this morning, busy week. They're all busy these days. Programming notes for the week. Tomorrow, a recently retired Hall of Fame basketball coach joining us at about 7:30 for a chat and an update with the Coach Boeheim. That'll be tomorrow on the show. And then also Ralph tomorrow for programming note will be along for his weekly visit. And this will be his first visit with us after his major award from last week at the party that he had there. So that's coming up later on in the week. As far as this morning, Joe Stanley, he's the official legal advisor on the show. 8 o'clock hour will join us. Have any legal issues? By all means, text him in here and we'll make sure that Joe gets a good look at him. We will celebrate 7 o'clock shots and shout outs, including the Golden Fork Award winner from the Taste of Syracuse, and then other things to celebrate. And then Question Impossible. A couple of the stories breaking the internet from the weekend, so we'll get it all wrapped up here. It is 6:16. Straight ahead, Lisa has some of the local headlines making the news, including what?
Oh, several shooting incidents had Syracuse police very busy. Some of those details coming up in your local news headlines.
And a busy weekend in sports, from tennis to basketball to baseball. We'll get it all in coming up next year. Alrighty then. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody. We'll go over here. Hey, everybody. Hold on 1 second, kids. I'll be...
Yeah, we got plenty of time here. Morning, everybody. I'll be right back.
Spring is here and so are the pests. Before they invade your home, call Gannon Pest Control for our proven spring preventative services. Our qualified technicians create a protective barrier that stops bugs before they start. Ask about our specialized bundle packages for bees, ants, and spiders. Customized protection for your biggest spring concern. Don't wait until they're inside. One call to Gannon means one less thing to worry about. Gannon Pest Control. Prevention is protection. Call 315-454-8672 today or visit GannonPestControl.com.
Hi, kids. Good morning. Let me go down like this. Good morning, Larry. Good morning, Chief. Good morning, Bill and Missy and Rita. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see. Larry, Chief, Bill, Missy, Rita. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Jen. Hi, Michael. Let's see. Hi. Hi. I did all right, Rita. Thank you for asking. I did all right. I'll tell you what. So I got out of here on Friday. Yeah, I did all right. Pretty good. I would say it was probably like the second best show I've ever done. Like as far as like sales and stuff. It's a lot to carry. And so anyway, so I unload all my stuff. I get to my spot. I unload all my stuff. It starts to rain. Like crap. So I get the tent up. The little girl who makes these, I wish you could see them because they're so stinking cute. Oh, that sucks. I will post a picture of these. The little girl helped me. I say little girl, she's probably 25, but she makes these cute little earrings and she was like, let me help you. So she came over and we pulled and we did and put it over my stuff so that I could like finish setting up. But then it didn't stop and it didn't stop. So I basically took all morning, which should have been a 2-hour setup, was a 4-hour setup, but that was fine. So, this one, Jen? Yeah, it goes this way. I'll turn it. Hold on, I'll turn it so you can actually see it. It's got a B in the middle. It goes this way. Here. Jen, you're the best. Thank you for saying that. I need some big canvases. I'm out of big canvases. Weird. I used them all. Yeah, that's the way it goes. Well, that made me happy. He just made my heart feel good. So, let's see. The girl who makes the food earrings. Here it is. I think it's Instagram. She's at, let's see, how do you do this? Margot. Her name is Margot Morse. And will it let me? That is how you find her. Oh, they're so cute. She makes Cheez-It earrings and she did a loaded baked potato. She made like 4 of them and they sold out. And she makes posts and dangly ones. Oh my God. So I'm going to get a whole bunch of stuff from her for Christmas. That is great. But I think I'm shifting to online. I had too much to carry. Everything is so heavy. Everything is glass and metal, except for the scarves and stuff like that. And so I'm going to complain one time. I'm not complaining. I won't even say what happened, but I will say another vendor was like, I have that too. And you should put yours away. And I was like, honestly, how dare you tell someone else what to do? How dare you? Are you high? Bye. I'm too old for crazy. I'm not taking it. I'm not doing it. So anyway, Jen, honest to God, I was shocked. I would never do that. Are you kidding? It makes my heart beat. Just, I'm like, I have to stay zen. I was like, really? Okay. Weirdo. Yeah. It's like this, it's literally, it's, Jen, it's a prop. The thing that girl was giving me a hard time is a prop that connects several things. You've seen my booth. It's a scarf and a bag and a hat and whatever. You can buy the hat. I didn't make the hat. I don't claim to. It's a prop. It pulls it together. whatever. Oh no, Jen. I'll tell you all about it if you really want to know. It's a crazy story. I should have a whole separate like lady chat over here. Like a separate girl chat that's like, I know it's that thing. I don't know how to do the thing here. Crazy. Anyway, what else happened that was really interesting? So, oh my God, you guys. Let's see, how do you say? The amount of people that smoke weed in public, like not just with the little hit stick, people are out there smoking weed in public like crazy. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. It was shocking. Like it just in the park, like in front of me, sitting on the thing. I don't know, but the public weed smoking is wild. I don't know. I just okay. Yeah, when I get my online thingy all nicey nice, I'll put links in the stream chat and vet it up. But right now it's just Instagram and Facebook. It's fine. But the Morse, so her name is the little girl who makes the cool earrings, Margot Morse. She's super talented, and what a sweetheart. Larry, it is. New York, it is legal to... Well, weed is legal. And I wasn't sure. I'm not sure entirely, but if you can drink at a festival... I mean, you can't drink a beer walking down the street. That's open container, right? I don't know, but yeah, it's pretty much legal. I mean, you can't, it's just like alcohol, Larry, here. You can't smoke in your car, like you can't drink in your car while you're driving, you know? So.
But like at the fair, for example, there's designated smoking areas, whether you're smoking tobacco
true.
or weed or whatever.
Yeah.
So you can't just fire up automatically because
I wouldn't.
Smoking bans in some areas, regardless of what it is.
Yeah. But can you smoke a joint walking down the street and not get arrested? Can you do that?
I believe you can. Like if it's not in like a in
a school
non-smoking area.
Yeah. You're not smoking it at school or in the playground. I think it's I am not entirely sure. But yeah. To me, it's kind of like, yeah, it's okay to have a beer, but have a beer, walk around, but you're not doing funnels. Yeah, walking down. It's kind of like that. It's like, what? What is? Really? All right.
So you can have a beer. You're not impacting the person sitting right next to you.
That is very true.
Smoking whatever, you are impacting someone sitting right next to you.
Yeah. I mean, I do think it's kind of rude. Not in a, like, oh, it's weed kind of. It's just like I don't know. I don't know. It makes me uncomfortable. I guess I should say that. And that's on me, I suppose. but I don't think I'm the only one. I mean, the hit pen, that's fine. I don't really care because that's not, goes up and there's not kids around, whatever, but there were kids. Makes me uncomfortable. Hi, Todd. Yeah, Todd. I would say that. Yeah, like farting in an elevator.
All right, here we go. Classic Rock, TK99 and TK105. It is 6:30 right on the stinking button. That is Van Halen there. It's Gomez and company here. Text line is 605-8874 if you'd like to text into the show or join us here in the stream chat of QSportsTalk.com. From text, Frankie, the grass cutter out there at the golf course. It's shaping up to be not a good day to be mowing grass on the golf course. Yeah, let me take a look out the window here in Armour Square, and it's
They're
raining.
coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho.
Ha-ha. We managed to get through most of the weekend actually pretty dry. So if you had outdoor things, the Taste of Syracuse, the Greek Fest, whatever might have been going on, mostly I think everybody got it in. But a wet day, in fact, because a lot of the ground is saturated from the rain that fell on the early part of the weekend. We're going to get like anywhere from a half an inch to 1 inch of rain throughout the day today. Dry midday-ish, but then tonight into tomorrow. So there is a flash flood watch in effect for some of the streams around central New York. So keep that in mind. It's all right. We can deal with it. Let me see here. At the moment, as we said, it is 61 degrees. We are still looking for our next stop in the garage tour leading up to the Syracuse Nationals, which is now next month, July 18th, 19th, and 20th at the New York State Fairgrounds. If you have a classic car or truck that you've been working on in hopes of maybe showing it off at the Nationals, we would love to, A, see the vehicle you're working on, B, see the area that you're doing the work in, your man cave, your barn, the garage, wherever it is that you're doing that work. We'd love to see that because that's part of the car passion that we love to see and share with our viewers in this case on the Syracuse Nationals YouTube channel. Take a picture of your car, text it in here at 605-8874, and then we might just surprise you with a visit, and then tickets to the Nationals. In the meantime, go to SyracuseNationals.com for all the details. Get your tickets. You can register your car there, and then we will see you in July at the New York State Fairgrounds. Lisa, how about some of the local headlines making the news here?
Well, since you mentioned it earlier, 6 New York counties are under a watch for flooding and flash flooding and high water and things like that. So yeah, all this rain might have an impact on your day. So if your yard is prone to flooding, any of that, if flooding is a thing for you, be advised. Again, we are under a flood advisory, etc., through much of New York State. 3 shootings in Syracuse kept SPD busy this weekend. One person is recovering in the hospital after being shot on Park Street. When officers arrived, they found an 18-year-old man suffering from an apparent gunshot wound to the lower back. He was transported to Upstate University Hospital, where he's listed in stable condition. Syracuse police also answered a call about a shooting on Onondaga Avenue. When officers arrived, they discovered a 20-year-old male suffering from a gunshot wound. He was taken to Upstate Hospital and is in stable condition. Police were also responded to Westmoreland Avenue on Sunday for another shooting. And that man was transported, and he later died at Upstate Hospital. So all those shootings have Syracuse police investigating if they were even related. And also, if you have information about any of those incidents, you're asked to contact Syracuse police. And 81 South will be reduced to one lane to facilitate bridge work today. And throughout the week, the New York State Department of Transportation said construction will be between 690 East, the on-ramp, and exit 18, Adams and Harrison Street in Syracuse from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. today through Friday. But some of that could change, weather permitting. But be advised, 81 South reduced to one lane, again, between the 690 eastbound on-ramp and exit 18, Adams and Harrison Street. So as that's a look at your local news headlines.
In sports, we'll start at Yankee Stadium as the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox going at it. And the Red Sox got the best of the Yankees this weekend, including last night. The final score was 11-7, but don't blame Aaron Judge. He was doing his thing.
Oh, wait. This ball is smoked, and Aaron Judge has hurt a rookie again. Second deck for Judge, 108 miles an hour off the bat. Just like that, it's 2-0 New York.
Referencing a rookie. In this case, pitcher Hunter Dobbins, the Boston Red Sox rookie pitcher from Texas, but a lifelong Boston Red Sox fan, had said before the game that, to paraphrase, he would rather retire than to play for the New York Yankees if they were the last team to offer any kind of a contract. And then, lo and behold, he was on the mound, and Aaron Judge kind of did his thing. And I guess that'll teach you. Even though the Red Sox won the game, that's some drama right there. But sometimes you learn lessons the hard way.
I love it. He's 1-0 now against the Yankees in his career, but I love it. That's that old school rivalry mentality. I don't want to play for you. I hate you. They need to have more of it in Yankees Red Sox.
Exactly, and then that way Aaron Judge can have more home runs.
Comes the Judge.
Off today for the Yankees on the road at Kansas City tomorrow. It is a 7:40 first pitch. Our game to coverage tomorrow starts at 7 o'clock. Here on your home for New York Yankees baseball, TK99 and TK105. Elsewhere, the New York Mets and the Colorado Rockies. And Pete Alonso climbing up the home run list for the New York Mets.
Here's the 0-1. Hit high and deep to left field. Beck going back to the track. He looks up, and it is gone. Two-run home run, Pete Alonso. 12-3 Mets in the top of the 8th. And now one more person to jump on that leaderboard list. Career home run number 243. He is now second all-time on the Mets home run list. Darryl Strawberry, the only one that awaits him at 252.
Recent guest on the Celebrity Hotline when he was in town, Darryl Strawberry, mentioned there, obviously, but Pete Alonso and the Mets beating Colorado 13-5. NBA action, game 2 from the NBA Finals yesterday. Oklahoma City pretty much dominating the game.
Against Butler. Falling away, jump shot is good. He's got 27 and still 2 to play here in the third.
It's SGA ending up with 34 points, and Oklahoma City wins 123-107. That series tied at 1 game apiece. Game 3 coming up this Wednesday. NHL Stanley Cup Finals tonight, tied at a game apiece. Edmonton and Florida. That is at 8 o'clock on the TNT. In tennis, from the French Open at Roland Garros yesterday, an epic, one of the best finals matches ever. 5.5 hours worth. Here's how it ended.
It's over. Carlos Alcaraz reigns in Roland Garros.
6-7, 6-4, 7-6, 7-6.
In one of the most epic final matches in major championship history. It is the charismatic Spaniard Carlos Alcaraz who prevails back to back. He's just claimed his 5th major. He just turned 22.
Just turned 22, the young Alcaraz, and he wins that 5.5 hour epic at Roland Garros. Did you watch that, Velcro?
I watched the ending. His idol growing up was Rafael Nadal, because Spaniard.
Sure.
Nadal won his 5th major a day Alcaraz won his 5th major a day older than Nadal. So they each have 5 majors. Alcaraz did it a day older than what Nadal did it at 22.
Legendary performances. And on Friday, we celebrated the birthday of Bjorn Borg, who won 5 Wimbledons in a row and was retired at 26.
Yeah.
It's just
Unbelievable.
Let me see here. Aside from that, in Saratoga on Saturday, the Belmont. I'll just play the final run call here.
Sovereignty angles out to try and run him down. It's a rematch of the Kentucky Derby as they come to the 8th bowl. And here comes Sovereignty. Sovereignty goes right by journalism once again, leaving absolutely no doubt who the best 3-year-old in the world is. Sovereignty and Junior Alvarado in the Belmont Stakes. Journalism was second. Baeza finished third.
And I didn't gamble on it this year. Lisa, did you? I know often we will do that. Pick our horses and then make some wagers, but not this time around.
No, not this time around. So Sovereignty won.
Yes.
And what was the second horse? Journalism?
Journalism.
All right.
That's the final call from Saratoga. And actually, I know quite a few people who were there for the race. Not part of the official Saratoga race season just yet, but the Belmont track being renovated, and so they ran it again this year at the Saratoga. Velcro, did you bet on it?
I did not, but this what annoys me about horse racing. The idea that the horse that won the Kentucky Derby didn't run the Preakness and then won the Belmont.
Boo!
Like, how do you grow it?
Yeah, come on.
What are we doing?
Come on. Was there maybe that they did take an extra week for the steroids to work out of his system? That's how conspiracy theories start.
Yeah, journalism was the favorite.
Yeah.
He got beat twice by the same horse.
Look at that. Elsewhere locally, congratulations in high school baseball. West Genesee claiming their first regional championship with a 5-3 win over Ballston Spa. Again, in the Saratoga area. Not that means anything. It just sounds like you could make some sort of conspiracy out of that.
It's connected somehow.
Yeah. Boxing, it was a big weekend in Canastota for the Boxing Hall of Fame induction ceremonies. Congratulations to Liverpool's Bryce Mills, who won his first professional bout, a knockout at the event at the Turning Stone Resort on Friday night. That is a very quick check of what's happening here in sports. It is already 6:41. We will take a break. We'll be right back.
It's a pretty good bragging rights for the rest of your life. Where'd you win your first bout? At the Boxing Hall of Fame.
At the Boxing Hall of Fame. Where did you win yours?
At the YMCA.
Yeah.
All right. Good morning, everybody. All right. Whoops. Talk amongst yourselves there.
All right.
Right there.
Hold on. Okay. I'll be right back. Hold on. Key Cat, do you want food or do you want me to just follow you around? What are you doing? I'll be right back.
Syracuse, 1-800-608-3333, StanleyLawsuits.com. Our results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Need a roof? Call Right Roofing at 315-288-5724. Join in on the Right Roofing 300 going on now. They're on target to sell over 300 roofs this year. That means huge savings to you with at least $2,000 off full roof replacements. Right Roofing 300. Shingles, metal, flat rubber, or repair, they do it all. With 35 years in business, fully assured and always a lifetime warranty, they are your roofing contractor. 315-288-5724 or visit rightroofingny.com. Stop into their brand new showroom at 5874 State Route 31 in Cicero. The high quality materials, craftsmanship, integrity, and professional roofing installers sets Right Roofing way above the rest. 315-288-5724 or rightroofingny.com. Visit their showroom at 5874 State Route 31 in Cicero to look at their high quality roofing products. Right Roofing 300. Be part of it and save thousands on your beautiful new roof. Right warranty, right price, right company. Right Roofing.
Is your exotic or specialty car losing that showroom shine? At Upstate Imports, we do more than just service and repair. We bring vehicles back to life with expert detailing, ceramic coating, and paint correction. Feel the pride of driving a car that looks as good as it performs. Have your vehicle expertly detailed at our Baldwinsville location. Visit upstateimports.com today and let your car shine bright again.
It's gotta be nine. Hello, Southern New York. Dan Schertz here from the Night Automotive Group with an important message to all the listeners out there. The rain has finally stopped, so I'm inviting everyone to come out and see our beautiful facilities in Oneida and Rome. With all the vehicle makes and models in one convenient location, it makes shopping easy and affordable. We have Ford, Toyota, Chevy, Buick, GMC, Volkswagen, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. I mean, we pretty much have it all to fit just about anyone's budget. New and pre-owned, we've got you covered. Look, other dealers can put crazy low payments in their ads and bury all the fine print that most buyers don't qualify. You see a low payment, and then you get to the dealer and they say, oh, well, you don't qualify for that. We can give you this instead. Don't fall for all the bait. Just come to a dealer you can trust, and before you come out, check us out online at nioto.com. We have an amazing internet team that will answer all your questions.
20 seconds here.
Gomez and Company in the morning on TK99 and TK105. Syracuse's classic rock.
6:47, back in the saddle here. Busy Monday after a very busy Taste of Syracuse weekend. Weather-wise, today scattered showers. Raining at the moment here in Armory Square downtown throughout the morning hours. And then actually midday should be dry for the most part, say from like 11 or 12 till 5, 6 o'clock-ish. And then some heavier rains later on. Hence the flood watch for some of the local streams and creeks and rivers. The ground is pretty much saturated from other recent rainfall, so keep that in mind. A half inch to an inch of rain expected at some point later on today, throughout the day. So keep that in mind. Tomorrow, mid-70s, pretty much the same throughout the week. And a Wednesday looks to be the next pretty decent, mostly dry day. Text line here is 605-8874 if you want to text into the show. Among them, we'd mentioned Bryce Mills, his first professional fight, a win, a knockout at the Turning Stone as part of the Boxing Hall of Fame weekend. From text, somebody wants to know, did any of us happen to go to the parade yesterday in Canastota and see the lovely Sydney Sweeney? No. Saw lots of pictures online and videos on social media. Mm-hmm. But no, did not make it out there. But she's in that movie they're making about Christy Martin.
Yes,
the first really big star as far as a women's professional boxer, and she was with her. By the way, they were in the same convertible. Christy Martin with her championship belt, and the lovely Sydney Sweeney sitting right next to her. Yeah. But if either of those fantastic people are around still, Christy or Sydney Sweeney, good morning.
Yeah.
Maybe you're in a Uber going to the airport after a busy weekend.
Could be.
But I'd love to say hi.
Yeah. Christy is impressive. 30 knockouts. Let's see. What's her record? 10 losses out of 50. And does that say 30 knockouts?
Was that Nuns? Was that her or the guy? Because there's a professional, one of the guys who got into the Hall of Fame. That was exactly his record too. It might be the same.
Maybe it's his. But
he had
I'm
50 fights, 10 losses, 30 by knockout.
Oh, okay.
But nonetheless,
all right. That's his.
Yeah, she's pioneering.
Yeah.
In that sport. But to answer the question, no, did not see the lovely Sydney Sweeney.
Oh, hot. Want to touch the hiney?
No, come on,
you guys.
No, come on.
Come on now. So lovely actress. Very beautiful.
Another text here at 605-8874 regarding Stephen Page. Texter loved the performance there on Saturday on the Sweetgrass main stage. And thank you. I know he did. It was great. It was a fun show. And, we all did stage announcements throughout the weekend, introducing bands, performers throughout, including Velcro. You did your first stager, as we call it.
I announced the opening act to a dog.
Yeah, you did.
That was the only living entity that was in front of the stage. It was, it just finished raining.
Well, it was pouring rain.
So, everybody was still making their way back outside. But
exactly.
The dog knew all the sponsors. I can assure you, the dog knew the sponsors.
Very good.
I got a review of your stager from one of the stage managers who was there.
Chucky.
Yeah.
Chucky.
Yep.
It was good. A little bit rushed.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's your first one.
It's the first one ever. Yeah. You're probably nervous. You should be.
A little bit.
He told me, he said, good job, kid, for your first one. I went, I'll take it.
They'll take that from a seasoned professional.
All the events, really.
And then Chucky, I bumped into him later, and he said, and who is that other kid that you work with? I said, Jordan. He goes, yeah. He forgot to mention the sponsor.
I got a text from Jordan. He went, forgot to mention the sponsor.
Yep. And everybody notices that kind of thing.
Mark, who is that? What did he say?
Yeah. But we get busy and running around the Clinton Square area and the Taste of Syracuse.
Well, if you're not used to it, you get on the stage, you put the mic in your hand, you know what you're going to say, you look at Chucky, you nod, you go, yeah, I got it.
Yep.
And you look at the people, and then you go blank because you've never done it before. Or Jordan, you're like, because we're radio, we don't see people.
Exactly.
And the people sometimes can be scary. So
and
poor Jordan.
When you're on stage in a big venue with the sound system, you do have to slow down on purpose a little bit for the clarity of stuff coming out of the speakers. But that's just just from experience. That just takes a while to get that part of it. But all in all, a good experience for you, Velcro.
Yeah, it was good, and I was happy to do it.
Yes.
And it wasn't, everyone was like, ooh, you get to talk in front of people. Well, I talked to a dog, so, I mean.
That's right.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have
That was good.
There you go. But nonetheless, thank you to the text messages there. We have some 7 o'clock shots and shout-outs coming up, including one, Lisa, you will announce the official Golden Fork Award winner. I think that's the first time we've awarded that prize, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, and the great honor of giving away the Golden Fork. I was super excited, as were the winners, and I'll tell you who they were coming up in 7 o'clock shots.
And then, of course, Question Impossible, where we will locate Central New York's smartest person alive, and we'll be right back here.
Gomez and Company.
All righty, I'm just going to go grab a couple of clips. I'll be right back.
Okay. Hmm? Okay, Twitchers, hi. Okay, hold on. I'm stuck in an ad. I can't do anything. Okay. Hi, everybody. Yeah, Fred, it was brutal. Hi, Marsha. Hi, Marsha. Marsha saw me at Taste. It was nice to see you. Velcro came by my booth, so that was nice. Oh, kids. Let's see, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, we were talking about the people openly smoking huge blunts out in public. Like, really, guys? Like, I'm cool, but like right in front of the cops. There are cops everywhere. And I know it's legal, but it's still. Okay. Marcia, you and your husband are so stinking cute. I just love seeing you together. Poppy, did you see it? Poppy, did you go? Yeah. Poppy, were you half naked or were lots of the people half naked? I was either rushing to get to somewhere, so I really don't look. I'm just looking at my feet and trying not to hurt anybody as I'm like running through. Oh, Saturday night? Oh, yeah, I was there Saturday night. Did you see the arcade? The band Arcade? The trash was naked? Yeah. The people are wild. So we were on a grassy, so it's, Salina Street, sidewalk, grassy area, little pathway, and like a stairway, like stairs and a grassy thing. It's like where people sit and have lunch or whatever. And there was so much. So wildfire smoke, exhaust fumes behind me, the blunts in front of us. I can't get over it. And it was like, after a while, oh, that's really sweet. You know what, Marsha? My husband doesn't like it either. And he came with me all day. And he was like, but he's really good because he can see it from the outside. He doesn't like live in this world. So when he looks at it, he's like, okay. Man, Todd, it was the bad air bingo card. He had a headache. Poor guy. He wanted to leave so bad, but he really stuck it out for me. Marsha, I'm super excited for you. And every time I see you, it makes me want to cut my hair. I'm like, oh, I love that haircut. Love that haircut. It's pretty chic. I like it. But anyway, yeah, bad air bingo card. Legit, Todd. It was bad. You know, you can wear whatever you want. You really can. You can wear whatever you want. Oh, Todd, yeah. Oh, Todd, you would have been miserable. Oh, I know, Marsha. Very tempting. Right about here is when I start to crack up. Like I'm here. And
about 3 minutes here.
Okay. Well, our daughter came. My stepdaughter came with all the kids and everything, and they went by down Salina, so the back of the main stage. So that's where I caught up with them, and they're walking and walking, and even she's like, the air quality wasn't good. She had to leave. She's like, yeah, I think we're gonna split. They stayed around like the outside of the event mostly because there was no way they were getting in with the kids and everything. Well, you know, it's 2 adults, 2 babies, and 2 little kids. So it was like not happening for her. She said, oh no, I gotta go. So but Stephen Page was really good. I like that he wore a cool shirt. That was awesome. And the band. Let's see.
$30 seconds here.
Okay.
WTKW FM and HD. Bridgeport, Syracuse. WTKV, Minetto, Oswego. You're listening to Gomez and Company on TK99 and TK105, Syracuse's classic rock.
It is 7:04. Welcome and thanks for having aboard the Monday morning party barge here. Text line is 605-8874 from text. We were just talking about the Boxing Hall of Fame weekend in Canastota and the great Christy Martin being portrayed by the lovely Sydney Sweeney in an upcoming biopic. Texter says Netflix right now is a very good documentary on Christy Martin. If you want to check that out, excellent. Thank you for that heads up. The stream chat here of QSportsTalk.com is the place to be for the show within the show. And a good morning to those who are watching, which is the fun of QSportsTalk.com. And if you follow the channel and subscribe, you get a notification when the cameras go on. That way you don't miss anything. And you can say hi, and often we put links to videos, pictures, further discussion from some of the things that we were talking about on the air. That's where we do that, in the stream chat. So, again, welcome to those who are enjoying that portion of the show. Again, programming note that tomorrow, one recently retired Hall of Fame basketball coach joining us at about 7:30 or so, just to get caught up with Coach Boeheim, not only with TBT coming up later on in the summer, but then also recent developments in the world of college sports that I wanted to run by Coach. That will happen tomorrow. Also from text, another person caught the episode of Bitchin' Rides that features the Syracuse Nationals. And in this case, they watched it on Hulu. These days, the shows are on so many different platforms. I know for sure it's on Hulu, probably elsewhere as well. But, and our own Badger, if those who have seen that, Brian Badger from the event side of the building, prominently featured in the episode of Bitchin' Rides with Dave Kindig and Kev Dog.
Cool.
He's like, Badger's like the star of the show.
Yeah, nice.
Which is very cool. But thank you for that. But yeah, if you get a chance to look that up and catch it, it was based on last year's Syracuse Nationals. And it's like a great spot. I mean, they really wind it down with like the ultimate promo for car people around the country who are watching. Get to the Syracuse Nationals, and when you watch that episode and you see the drone footage and the aerial pictures and the highlights, you understand why. This year, the Napa Autoport Syracuse Nationals coming July 18th, 19th, and 20th at the New York State Fairgrounds, presented this year by McGuire Family of Dealerships and by Sweetgrass, the largest car show in the Northeast. And actually, this past weekend at the Taste of Syracuse, they had their booth set up right across from ours. And they're getting some pretty good traffic there. A lot of people stopping by with the information and questions. And a lot of those can be answered right online at SyracuseNationals.com. This year, Counting Cars celebrities will be available throughout the weekend, including The Count, Danny Coker, and Horny Mike's coming. Ghetto Bob will be there, Ryan Evans, Kevin Mack, and the whole crew, among others. So hopefully you can join us again in July 18th, 19th, and 20th for the Nationals. Aside from that, we'll get to Question Impossible here in a few moments. If you get it right, can brag about it all stinking day long. But in the meantime, thanks to our good friends at the Lipton and the Hard Iced Tea Lemon Flavored Beverage for our 7 o'clock shots and shout-outs. We have to do some celebrating here. Lisa, where would you like to begin?
Let's stay with the Taste of Syracuse stuff. We'll wrap it up with the Golden Fork Award.
That's right. Now, this was the first time that we did this. And then you could walk around, for those who were at the Taste, there were like QR codes that you just scan your phone and then cast your ballot.
Yes. And, a lot of people did it, and a lot of people, made an effort to go to multiple vendors and decide who they liked the best, and voted with that QR code, and awarded the Golden Fork Award to The Kitchen, which is at Chadwick's.
Cool.
On James Street.
All right.
Everybody clap your hands.
Congratulations.
Yeah, Chef Rock runs The Kitchen, and that's what he calls it, The Kitchen. And their space is in the back of Chadwick's, and that's, they won the Golden Fork Award. They were super excited.
It is a major award.
It is an actual award. It is a Golden Fork, and it says Taste of Syracuse Golden Fork Award, and he's going to put it on his wall, and He's proud of that. He's
hope
super
so.
happy.
That's cool.
We brought him on stage before the last band and, announced the Golden Fork Award. And he's just like, thank you. It's a lot of work and he's super excited. This is like his second location.
Nice.
They started in Rochester and now they're here and very
well
good.
Deserved. And then a tip of the hat and a shot and a shout out to our own events staff, Carrie and Lisa and Morgan and Brittany and Badger and Katie and everybody
and
else.
Marissa. And oh man.
Everybody who helped put that show together. Again, a smashing success. And thanks again to our pal, Stephen Page from Bare Naked Ladies fame, obviously, who was the headliner. And he kind enough to stop by our booth on the way to the stage when we were on the air.
Yeah.
Which was really cool.
Yeah, it was really sweet. And super nice guy. And they were great. And the arcade after them, they were great too. So the music was incredible all weekend long.
Nice.
So, and shots and shout outs to all the bands that really guys played in the rain. They played, Saturday or Friday morning.
Yeah, they did.
Well, they played in the rain and just crushed it. So
cool.
Shots and shout outs to everyone who made that effort and
also
really fantastic.
Of local interest, happy anniversary, happy wedding anniversary, Jeremy Garlick from American High. His 19th with the missus. It might have been yesterday, but we'll get that in here this morning. Birthday wishes to, let me see here, among others today, Michael J. Fox having a birthday today.
Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Yeah.
Out of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're going to build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So happy birthday to him. Happy birthday to Johnny Depp.
Apparently there's some sort of high-toned and fancy to-do up at the fort, eh?
Yeah.
How could it be that two upstanding gentlemen such as yourselves did not merit an invitation?
So happy birthday to him. And obviously many really remember Johnny Depp not only from Captain Jack Sparrow and Pirates of the Caribbean, but him on the witness stand during his trial there. Was that 2 years ago at this point?
Oh, yeah, I think
Heard?
it was. Yeah.
A bit of the highlight reel for some of his responses here.
You were drinking pretty heavily.
Were you there?
Let's pull up Exhibit 500, please.
Yes, I'd like to see who I lied to.
You can't say that you carried cocaine in that box?
No, but it looks like it would fit some cocaine. I once gave Marilyn Manson a pill so that he would stop talking so much.
You poured yourself a mega pint of red wine, correct?
A mega pint?
Mega pint. Yeah. Sometimes drink whiskey in the mornings too, right?
Isn't happy hour anytime?
Yeah. We had it. Happy birthday to Johnny Depp.
Yeah. And nobody hates him after all. Everybody's like, you think they're like, what did you think he was going to say? That's that's what he should say. That's Johnny Depp. What do you think?
Despite my bizarre, somewhat British, European, French accent, he's actually from Kentucky.
Yes, he is.
But he's Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
So whatever.
I'm Johnny Depp. I was born in Kentucky. I married a French actress. And now I live in France. I speak French and drink wine. What do you think?
That's it.
That's what I do.
Birthday wishes to the great Natalie Portman, the actress, having a birthday today.
Hi, my name is Zach Galifianakis. This is Between Two Ferns. Today, my guest is Natalie Portman. You're an accomplished actress. You've graduated from Harvard. You've done some great international charity work. What is your phone number?
That's private.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know. Private.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
What is it?
Anyway, I guess, right? So happy birthday to Natalie Portman. A tip that I had here, I know Fred out on the farm is also a big fan of the St. Lawrence River. He goes up there every summer for a fishing trip. It was an on this day deal. 1534, Jacques Cartier discovered the river that he named for St. Lawrence on this day.
Very nice.
He discovered it then. Obviously, it had been there for about 1 million years, being used by Native Americans.
The natives.
And Canadian Indians, but he's the first one to lay claim to it. I'll put it that way.
St. Lawrence. What's the Indian name? Why doesn't have it? Why isn't it like Canandaigua?
Because it was a French guy that discovered it.
He should have talked to
Exactly.
some natives. Okay.
Also, 1822, happy birthday to false teeth, as they were patented on this day. Before then, they just gummed things down.
Yeah. Or they stole them from soldiers. Is that the
Whatever
thing?
it was.
Stuck it in the hole. Ow.
This is actually a pretty cool because walking around the Taste of Syracuse over the weekend, I noticed one of those historic markers right by Clinton Square, right by next to where the guy was selling sunglasses, right on the corner.
Yeah.
But I happened to glance up. June 9th, which is today, 1825, so 150 years ago today, is the day that General Lafayette came to town. Was a guest in central New York in the namesake of the town of Lafayette in the village. But it was on this exact day 150 years ago that he made the trip here.
Excellent. I wonder if it rained.
I'm sure it did.
Yes.
Aside from that, again, of local note, a local tie, I should say, Charles Dickens, the great writer, died on this date in 1870. He's only like 58 years old, but he also visited Syracuse in 1848. He was here in March of that year.
Really?
On tour, reading A Christmas Carol.
Yes.
And
this is a true, yes.
This is true. And I will read, this is from a letter that he wrote a friend about his trip here to central New York.
Okay.
He said, I am in the most wonderful, out-of-the-world place, which looks like it had begun to been built yesterday, and we're going to be imperfectly knocked together with a nail or two the day after tomorrow. I am currently staying at the worst inn I have ever seen. It was called the Syracuse House at the time. He said, we had an old buffalo for supper, an old pig for breakfast, and I don't even know what it was we had for lunch.
Yeah.
And he goes on to say, talking about the hotel that he stayed in, the hotel was unbearable. We were afraid to go to them at night, so we stayed up playing cribbage all night long until neither of us could bear to speak to one another anymore. The awakening to consciousness this morning on a lopsided bed sheet facing nowhere in a room holding nothing but sour dust.
Yes.
But
okay.
His event was sold out, though.
Yeah.
I will say that.
bet.
1,500 tickets sold at $2 a ticket. $3,000 in 1848 for Charles Dickens to read A Christmas Carol.
That's a lot of money.
That's not bad.
That's pretty good. Where did he have it? What
it
was
doesn't
the
exist anymore.
opera house?
It's a Weisting Theater or something like that. And the hotel they stayed at no longer exists as well. But that was 1848, the visit from the great Charles Dickens here in Central
I
New
would
York.
love to see all the published letters that he wrote about his tour, because I mean, we couldn't have been. He's been to a lot of places. I mean, it was a tour. Were we the worst?
It was the first of the smaller size cities, because he lived in London, had started his tour in Boston, had gone to New York City, Philadelphia, and then here. So this was, and it was March, and it had been a blizzard and then a thaw. So we already know what that's like around here.
Yes, not fun.
Nonetheless.
Not fun.
What does that translate to in today's dollars?
He made the equivalent, according to this website, of $121,442.66.
Not bad.
He did all right for himself.
Not bad for a day's work.
Yeah, it's all right.
Elsewhere, to tip of the hat, on this day, I'll just play the Belmont call from 1973.
Here comes Secretariat to the wire. An unbelievable, an amazing performance. He hits the finish 25 lengths in front. It's going to be Twice-a-Priv second, My Gallant third, Private Smiles fourth, and Sham, who had it today, dropped back to fifth. An amazing, unbelievable performance by this miracle horse.
By the Miracle Horse Secretariat, again winning the Triple Crown on this day at the Belmont track. Congratulations. They captured Ed the Zebra in Nashville. He got away. He's been on the run for a while, but they rounded him up. Also, this for the benefit of Larry watching from the UK this morning in Great Britain. David Beckham is going to be knighted.
Oh.
So congratulations to David Beckham. And then aside from that, Velcro, who'd you like to throw in there?
I'll throw in Victoria Beckham because now she's going to become Lady Beckham.
There you go.
So from Posh Spice to Lady Beckham.
Well, there you have it. And salute, everybody.
Cheers.
It is already 7:19, so what do you say? Let's go about the business here of finding Central New York's smartest person alive.
Pop quiz, hotshot.
It's time to play Question Impossible to find the smartest person alive.
Get this right here. You can brag about it all stinking day long. Here you go.
All right. According to a recent statistic, in New York, there is approximately 50 million square feet of space dedicated to this.
How much square footage?
It's let's see, 50 million square feet in New York are used for this.
Where they put the bodies of all the rats they kill that are running around randomly in New York City.
You son of a, that's exact. No, that's not it. Just kidding.
Velcro?
The country of Croatia.
Yes, Croatia.
Croatia
Sit right
gets it.
there. No?
No.
What's the question again?
According to recent statistics, in New York State, there are 50 million square feet of space used for this.
424-8599, that number to bring up if you want to give it a shot on the phone, or text in a guess at 605-8874. We'll get your guesses here after Stevie Ray Vaughan on TK99 and TK105. All righty, we'll get some on the phone here.
Mm-hmm.
Hi there, TK. What's your guess? What's that? Oh, hang on a second. Hi, TK. What's your guess? Hang on a second. Hi there, TK. What's your guess?
Would it be like memorials for like 9/11 and the back?
Hang on a second. Hi, TK. What's your guess? Love the guess. Not the right answer, but a good start. But thanks for the call. You too. So long for now. Hi, TK. And what do you think it is? Is not whole. It's it's a good guess there. Not has nothing to do with the trash though. But thanks for the call. So long for now. TK, what do you think it is?
Would it be like memorials for like 9/11 and the back?
Ah, gotcha. Not the answer. Love the guess though. But thanks for the call.
Thank you.
So long for now. I'll get about 1 minute here.
Okay.
TK, what'd you guess?
I'm gonna go with Park and go, man.
Hang on a second. Hi there, TK. What do you think it is?
I think it's for growing corn.
Hang on a second. Hi there, TK. What'd you guess?
SUNY campuses.
Hang on a second. That's a good guess. Classic Rock, TK99 and TK105. Stevie Ray Vaughan there. Gomez and company here. Lisa, we are still looking for the correct guess this morning. Here in Question Impossible. Again, the question is what?
According to recent statistics, in New York State, approximately 50 million square feet of space are used for this.
424-8599 if you want to guess on the phone. Hi, TK. What's your guess?
I'm going handicap parking spots.
Love the guess. Not the right answer, but a good start. But thanks for the call.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
You too. So long for now. Hi, TK. And what do you think it is?
Holding garbage.
It is not holding. It's a good guess there. Not has nothing to do with the trash though. But thanks for the call.
So long for now.
So long for now.
So long for
TK,
now.
what do you think it is?
Would it be like memorials for like 9/11 and the vets?
Ah, gotcha. Not the answer. Love the guess though, but thanks for the call.
Thank you.
So long for now. Yeah, I think it's New York State. I think maybe at first we said New York City, but New York State.
New York State.
For the whole state.
Yes.
What are some of the incorrect guesses from the stream chat of QSportsTalk.com?
Let's see. Handicap parking, pickleball courts, road construction, rest stops, parks, dog park. Let me see. Shelters? No. Let's see. Forever Wild? No. Let's see. Pumpkin patches, public gardens, park benches, doggy daycares like dog parks,
Sure.
I guess. No. Zoos, baseball and softball fields. No. Roundabouts. No.
Well, they're incorrect guesses from text. A lot of similar ones, but incorrect guesses include similar, let's see, handicap parking spaces. It's not that. It's not vacant drugstores.
No.
Yeah.
But it does feel like that sometimes.
Yeah. It is not manufacturing facilities. No, none of those are correct. It's not designated smoking areas.
No.
Hi, TK. What do you think it is?
Hey, Gomez, I'm going to go with special events.
Special events. Love that guess. It is not special events, but good call. Thanks for the guess.
Thank you. Have a good day,
You too, buddy.
Gomez.
Yep. Bye-bye. TK, what's your guess?
I think it's going to be growing corn.
Growing corn throughout the state. A lot of corn fields and corn mazes, etc. Not corn, but thank you for the call.
Great
All
guess.
right, so long for now.
Hi, TK.
So
What do you
long
think?
How about SUNY campuses?
That's a great guess.
That's a great guess.
It is not, however, SUNY campuses, but thank you. That's a great call. Great guess. How about a clue here?
Let's see. It seems like a waste, I would say. Now that you know the answer, it's kind of like, gosh,
Yeah.
really? Yeah.
TK, what's your guess?
Bike lanes.
Oh, bike lanes.
No.
Not bike lanes, but thank you. Hi there, TK. What do you think?
Gomez, what about golf courses?
No, this not like they do take up a lot of room. It is not golf courses, but thanks for the guess. Hi there, TK. What do you think?
How about garbage dumps?
It is not garbage dumps. How about another clue there?
But he's not far off, actually, with garbage dumps because it does, I would say, correlate to garbage dumps in a strange way. But it's actually it should be higher. The number should be higher according to experts.
TK, what do you think it is?
I was thinking, how you drive up and you have somebody bring your food and your whatever, like at Walmart's got that pickup thing.
Oh, like the curbside pickup lanes?
Yeah, something like that. Yep.
No, you see that more and more, though, but not the answer. Thanks for the call. TK, what's your guess here?
Recycling facilities?
Not recycling. Again, it's
getting warmer.
Kind of warmer in a way.
Yeah. 50 million square feet of space, approximately. I rounded up a little bit just to give it an even number.
Yes.
But it's approximately 50 million square feet of space in all of New York State. It's a specific industry, I would say, and this industry continues to grow.
Incorrect guesses from text. Joe texting in solar panels. Those solar panel farms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Guess here of the Micron campus? No. TK, what do you think it is?
Solar panel farms.
Thanks for guessing. Somebody just guessed that right ahead of you. But great guess, though, because they are popping up, but not solar panels. Hi, TK, what do you think? Hi there.
Your house. Oh, go ahead. You want a clue?
Yes.
Your house isn't big enough.
TK, what do you think it is?
Growing cannabis.
Not cannabis.
No.
You'd think, though. Hi, TK, what do you think?
Is it recycle centers?
Not a recycle center. We're getting warmer, though. Start adding up some of those clues.
Recycling and trash you gladly throw away.
Yes. TK, what'd you guess?
Windmills.
Not windmills.
No.
Hello there, TK. What do you think?
To grow marijuana.
No. Thanks for the guess. It has nothing to do with the cannabis or agriculture or...
No. It's 50 million square feet of dedicated space for this, and we are all responsible, I think, in some way. Does that make sense a little bit?
TK, what do you think?
Self-storage units.
Do you have one of those?
No.
I don't.
I have a barn.
Lisa, do you? Do you have one, Lisa?
No, I throw it away. I throw it away.
What's your first name?
Ron.
Ron, guess what?
I'm the smartest man alive.
Yeah. Congratulations, Ron.
Thanks.
You can brag about it all stinking day long.
50 million square.
You're welcome.
Yeah, 50 million square feet of space dedicated to storage units.
Yeah. We have too much stuff.
There are nearly 1,400 self-storage facilities. I'm doing air quotes for a radio listener. Facilities. That's just the facilities. 1,400. All in just New York State.
And,
and
one
every one of
facility
those
might have like hundreds or
Exactly.
1,000. I don't know. Some of the bigger ones.
Every facility has at least a couple of hundred units. So imagine those. They dotted across the landscape.
Get rid of stuff.
Get rid of your stuff. You don't need it. And it's $150 a month. Oh my God. To store the stuff that I bought that I want to get rid of. Like, I understand if you're like moving, but long term.
Nonetheless, Ron, congratulations, my friend. You are today's smartest person alive.
TK99 and TK105. You're hanging with Gomez and Company.
People have too much crap.
Yeah.
People have way too much stuff.
Get rid of it.
It's George Carlin had a whole a place for my stuff.
Place for my stuff.
But it did make for a great TV show called Storage Wars.
Yeah, scripted, but
still great.
Still great. I mean, they put stuff in them and told them one of these storage units has a rare Fender guitar. It's kind of juiced it up a little bit.
That's why it was a great show.
But not reality.
No. New York State offers 2.5 square feet of storage per person. It's considered an undersupply for the industry, which I don't like. That data is so bizarre. So every New Yorker gets like 3 square feet of space. What?
For their stuff.
For their stuff, according to the industry.
Well, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I don't need all that stuff.
No.
I don't need the stuff. I'm trying to get rid of it. Trying to only keep the good stuff.
All right, so let's do something quick on the other side of our CAD late here, and then let me double check here to make sure there's no guests here.
I was about to ask you that.
Canon. And let's see, Larry in the stream chat got it.
Larry.
Yeah.
What did the arcade open up with?
I don't remember. I don't remember. I was looking up the pronunciation of the indigenous name of the St. Lawrence River, Gomez.
A little deeper probably than we need to go here.
I know. I'm just, wanted to see it. And I understand why they call it the St. Lawrence. But it's a good name.
Gomez and Company on TK99 and TK105. Syracuse's classic rock.
Already 7:37 here, and welcome. Some light rain at the moment. It is 61 degrees. We'll be in the upper 70s today, and then on and off throughout the day. After all said and done, anywhere from a half an inch to a full inch of rain on top of a lot of what fell, say, on Friday and into Saturday and a little bit on the weekend. But the ground, long story short, kind of saturated. So with that much water coming today, it's not a ton, but there's no place for it to go. So that's why there are some flood watches in effect here for some of the streams and creeks around central New York. So keep that in mind. Text line here, 605-8874. A couple of other programming notes here for the week. As mentioned, tomorrow, Coach Boeheim will join us on the Celebrity Hotline about 7:30 or so to get caught up with the coach. Also, later in the week, Brandon Steiner on Thursday with Collectible Exchange and What's It Worth. This week, Brandon has another pair of tickets to a Yankee game coming up at Yankee Stadium later on this summer. Here's the deal, looking for the best sports memorabilia, but also the best story behind whatever item it has to that happens to be. So a two-parter. It's your homework assignment between now and Thursday morning at 8:30. Take a picture of whatever sports memorabilia item that you have. Text it in here at 605-8874. Maybe it's a foul ball that you had signed. That was one of the stories one week. Maybe it's a baseball card. Maybe this past weekend at the Boxing Hall of Fame, you bumped into one of the champions. Manny Pacquiao was in town getting inducted. Maybe he signed something for you, and there's a cool story behind that. That's what we're after this week with Brandon Steiner on the Thursday. So between now and then, get us your item and then your story. Somebody this week will win a pair of tickets to an upcoming New York Yankees game at Yankee Stadium later on this summer, which is very cool. As far as the Yankees, off today, tomorrow on the road at Kansas City, a 7:40 first pitch tomorrow night means our game day coverage will start at 7 o'clock here on your home for New York Yankees baseball, TK99 and TK105.
You're listening to Gomez on TK99 and TK105.
All right, so it's about 5 minutes here.
Hi.
There's about 2 minutes here. And then I'll do a couple of the breaking internet.
Okay.
Syracuse's classic rock.
That's 7:45 right on the stinking button. Do not try that at home, kids. Text line here is 605-8874. You can also feel free to join us in the stream chat of QSportsTalk.com. Scanning around a couple of the nuggets breaking the internet. Among them, this news report from L.A., as we're trying to, in getting into the busy summer travel season, now that obviously we are well into June, and then schools will be out here soon, and then the people will be heading out. Travel updates, a lot of travel stories regarding air travel, which will be busy. And then, of course, the real IDs, which you need to get on the plane. Here's a news report regarding, I would say, a rumor that needed to be cleared up here.
We all know you need a real ID now to get through TSA security at the airport. That's your license with a gold star on it. An odd rumor, though, making the rounds online that you can breeze past security with your Costco card because it has a gold star on it. Well, of course, that's not true. TSA made the post on Facebook saying, "We love hot dogs and rotisserie chickens as much as the next person, but please stop telling people that their Costco card counts as a real ID. The rumor is false."
Well, right there. It's got my gold star on there.
Yeah.
I mean,
aren't you? It doesn't take. Yeah, get it. Bring your stuff.
Yeah.
Your passport works too, right? I mean,
passport you can't use
and
your
your
Costco
license.
card.
You can't use
You
your
got an
Costco
airplane.
card.
Sorry.
It doesn't. It's got my picture on it.
Picture on there. I'm not giving you the government wants too much of my information. I'm sorry. That's how you get on the plane.
I know. Yeah.
But, if you're going to the airport, don't bring your Costco card thinking that is going to get you past TSA.
No.
But
You'll get a dirty look for sure.
What if I bring them a $1.50 hot dog?
That's different. Then you step right up.
Yeah.
You are on.
So that's what you need to do. Just bring them the hot dog. Don't show them the card.
Yeah.
Prove you can use the card.
There you go. Get some of the free samples.
Yeah.
This one here from the great state of Michigan, where over the weekend there was a sighting of Bigfoot.
What?
In Michigan. And a cannabis dispensary in Michigan, now they're on board. And they are
of course they are.
free product for photographic proof of the aforementioned Bigfoot sighting.
Yeah.
Here's a guy named Bob Virgils on the dispensary's offer.
When I first heard about it, I was in Baltimore, Maryland. I said, oh my gosh, I leave home for a week and look what happened. There was what was called the Monroe Monster years ago. Someone saw a big creature out near the Fermi power plant. I think it's really funny that this was spotted near
right near the original one. So if you want to go looking for Bigfoot in Michigan, Monroe, Michigan.
All right.
And you can get a picture that could be worth some free product for you.
Yeah. I'm saying tall guy in one of those hunting things. What do they call those? Ghillie suits?
Ghillie suit? I'm thinking nothing. I'm thinking there's absolutely nothing there.
Shadow. A cloud went by funny. Yeah.
Like,
made a funny shadow.
It's like the pictures of, I'm trying to think of whatever. Or it's just like the show, Search for Bigfoot.
Yeah.
At the end of the show, the guy will always say something like, well, I guess it could have been a dog.
Yeah.
But next week, we're in New Jersey.
And we know how weird it is there. Okay.
This one here happened in Brazil. Brazilian woman Daniela Senhor had been attending a lot of funerals. And, sadly, that happens all of a sudden. And this happens to everybody. For the timing of life, it just happens. All of a sudden, you find yourself, oh, my gosh, I got to go. Another funeral I go. She'd been going in her hometown about every 3 months.
Jesus.
Okay.
For the funerals, but as it turns out, she was going not for the loved ones. She was going just looking up on the directory for funerals, hoping to catch the eye of Apollo Scariot, who is an undertaker that apparently is smoking hot.
Right.
I used to think I'll give the family a hug just so I can see him, But he wasn't always there, she explained.
Oh, okay.
I guess somebody finally approached her and said, "What are you doing here?
Yeah, why do you keep coming to these
here?
funerals?
I mean, you don't now. Clearly, you don't even know the family. So she's hugging complete strangers.
Yeah,
hoping the hot Undertaker funeral director is there that day.
Yeah. She needs a different approach. It's okay. Just go see him.
Yeah.
Has she tried?
Why don't you pretend you're? No, she needs to pretend she's setting up her own funeral stuff or somebody else's. Not like She's stalking him.
She's stalking him. But what's your suggestion, Velcro?
I say she just tries talking to him.
Yeah.
Instead of.
Well, here's that was part one of the story. Here's part two. After a couple of years of doing this.
Oh my God, years?
The funeral director finally noticed her because, even if he was there and there's a funeral, he's working.
He's working.
It's a funeral.
It's his job.
That's his gig. However, the strategy eventually worked.
All right. Well,
they finally met, and the reason that it's a story now is because the two got married last weekend.
Oh, very sweet.
Adorable.
After she stalked him for years.
I mean, that's just kind of weird. But, she was focused.
All right.
Put her mind to it.
But her mind's like anything. That's how you get anything. How bad do you want something in life? If you want it bad enough to figure out a way. And she did. The blushing bride arrived in a hearse, by the way.
Oh, boy.
Her mode of transport. Anything breaking the internet from the loft at the home office this morning?
Yes, absolutely. Let's see. Oh, this is for Larry in the UK. Vegetable sculptures featuring fun scenes, likenesses of U.S. presidents and famous faces are on display or were on display Saturday at Lambeth County, the Lambeth Country Show, which is held in London, in London's Brockwell Park, but it's supposed to be because they're famous for their country shows over in the UK where they do country type things. Well, they bring it all to London and do it in Brockwell Park. They have sheep shearing, livestock competitions, food, music, and the vegetable sculptures.
Wow. Which
are a big draw. And the winner in the vegetable sculpture competition this year was the cornclave.
I see what they did there.
Cornclave.
I see what they did there.
You get it? So they're like little corn cobs that they have set up like the papal conclave.
I get it. I love it.
Cornclave.
I like it.
Yep. So that's what's happening over the pond.
All right, cool. It is 7:53 here, and a couple of the other stories breaking the net, and then also perhaps some Monday morning science to get to next hour. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back.
TK.
It'll still be probably like 8:04 by the time we're back on. So if you wanted to.
All right.
They have a carrot. I think it's a carrot. Dolly Parton.
That's cool.
There was a squash Donald Trump. Here's your cornclave.
It's nice. It's
pretty
nice.
awesome.
I like it.
So do you have a picture of the Apollo Undertaker and his wife? And is he hot? I gotta know. Did she stalk him for years?
I don't know. Here's a different part of that Natalie Portman appearance on Between Two Ferns.
Oh, yeah.
You shaved your head for V for Vendetta. Did you also shave your V for vagina?
Pass.
Pass.
That's funny. Zach. Have you seen the Natalie Portman SNL thing where she raps?
The rapping thing is hysterical.
It's so bad. Yeah, she's funny. I like her. All right, hold on.
think I found the happy Mr. and Mrs. Undertaker.
Did you?
Woman stalks Undertaker at funerals. Yeah, there can't be two of these. DailyStar.uk. Yeah, the Daily Star is always reputable. Copy. Posted in Twitch. Did you shave your V or vagina?
WTKW-FM and HD, Bridgeport, Syracuse, WTKV, Minetto, Oswego. Gomez and Company on TK99 and TK105, Syracuse's classic rock.
We have I got Stephen Page on the line real quick. We're just going to a little follow up, little thanks for the show. And
that's nice.
Yep,
okay.
Classic Rock, TK99 and TK105. Tom Petty there. Gomez and Company here live from the world headquarters in Armory Square. Lisa live from the loft at the home office. Busy Monday morning following a very busy weekend with the Taste of Syracuse. Huge success, especially on a Saturday night. And double bonus points for Stephen Page and his trio with a fantastic show. Stephen on the Celebrity Hotline again this morning with us. Stephen, good morning. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you doing, guys?
Good. Hey, you know what? A couple of notes. One, thanks for stopping by our broadcast tower there on your way backstage. That was cool, and it was good to see you there.
Yeah, nice to see you guys. What a beautiful day.
And then for the show, now when you do a festival as opposed to a theater or some of the other venues that you play in, do you approach it differently with putting together the set list, or like, hey, here's the show and let's have a good time?
Kind of a combination of the two. Like there's a certain part of you where you got to go, okay, I know how to do this. I'm gonna you don't want to second guess yourself too much. But on the other hand, like you got all these people who are just, they're out tasting food from all these different spots, and you don't want to try and bring them in. So you have to kind of reach a little farther than you might like in a club or in a small theater or something like that. So there's a way you have to kind of act where it's like a little bit larger than life, but the whole goal is to make the thing seem like you're intimate, like you're sitting around the campfire.
Is there a moment in a show like that, Stephen, where, especially when you start, as you said, people are still milling around, having a beer or something to eat, but then when you've got them and they're with you, does it take like a song or two, or is there a moment like that happens at a show like that?
Oh yeah, I would say for our set the other night, it was like maybe even 2/3 of the way through was when I could start to feel, or about halfway through, I could feel, you could just start to see the audience pull in, and it gets tighter and fuller in the square, and people are a lot more engaged. You watch the kids dancing and that kind of thing. That's when you know you got them. When the kids are into it, then you got them.
Well, you got a rave review as flawless from Syracuse.com, and I think, we all agree, flawless.
Yeah,
well
that
done.
That was a very nice thing to see in my email the next day with all the people sending me copies of that beautiful review. So that's a nice thing to get in your hometown.
Yes, it is. And I know you made mention of that, especially toward the end. I think you may have said something along the lines of, "We'll see you in traffic."
Right. As we're trying to negotiate and navigate new ways around the 690 and 81 interchange there.
Well, Stephen, hey, again, thanks for stopping by. Great show at the Taste of Syracuse. And I know, I think the day before or after you were in Lewiston.
That's right. Just the day before I was in Lewiston. And then yesterday I did a live stream from my studio in Syracuse and had a live audience of folks who'd come in from all over the country for Taste of Syracuse. Also came by to hang out in my studio for the afternoon.
Cool.
And then what's next on the road? I know this is somewhat local, but then I think you're headed out to Western Canada?
That's right. So I've got one show in Burlington, Ontario this weekend, and then out to British Columbia for about 4 or 5 shows there, ending up with a show with the Vancouver Symphony.
Nice.
Well, that's kind of a fun. Have you done that before with the symphony orchestra?
I have. I've done a handful of them, and I just love doing these symphony shows. It would be great to one day be able to do that here too.
Well, let's make it a plan. Let's work on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you wear a tux for the symphony shows?
Yeah, I'm tuxing it up this time. I figured, why not?
Yeah. And that was a great shirt.
My inner Bublé.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, and that was a great shirt too on stage at Taste. I love that shirt. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then thanks for the birthday greetings for Pam, the boss's wife there, who's not able to be in town this weekend. She's a new. I don't know what her grandma name is, but that was. I know she loved getting that video clip. So thank you for that.
Oh, good. I'm glad. My pleasure.
Stephen, thanks again, and we'll see you down the road. Safe travels, and
thanks, guys.
Great to see you.
Yeah, you too. Take care.
Thanks,
Take
Daniel.
care. That is Stephen Page, fresh from that performance this past Saturday at the Taste of Syracuse. Great show. Good times. And again, thanks to everybody who came downtown and said hi to us. Appreciate that.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
It is 8:12. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back. Oh, that was cool.
Yeah.
Nice little follow-up there.
Very good. Yeah. A symphony show here would be great. People would love that. Mm-hmm.
One of the lead NASCAR reporters tweeted, the haulers are all packed and ready to make a run for the border. Going to Mexico City next week.
Oh, is that where it is?
Yeah, first time in Mexico City.
Hmm?
It's about 2 minutes here. Yeah. mac and cheese. Mac and cheese day.
That's a day that I want to celebrate every day.
Syracuse's classic rock.
It is 8:18, and see a couple loose ends here to tie up before we send you loose on the day. Lisa, this. I'll just kind of drop the needle on it. It sounds fascinating.
Yeah.
Along the lines of DJ Cummerbund. This is Munich Productions who did this. This is an AC/DC classic. If it were performed by the Sex Pistols.
Huh. Okay. All right.
This is angrier. Okay.
It's okay. All right. You
it's
know,
a little bit angrier.
It's a little bit angry. Kind of works.
I get it. I get it.
Not as much fun.
No.
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 Yeah.
The AC/DC's Highway to Hell, you would enjoy the ride there. It's kind of
a little
fun
bit.
going.
Yeah.
This one you don't want to go.
No.
I don't want to go there.
That's the warning one. Johnny Rotten's got the like. Oh, I don't want to. No.
This from the Governor's Ball over the weekend. Singer Olivia Rodrigo on stage doing a Talking Heads tune.
Oh.
And as it turns out, David Byrne was at the Governor's Ball. So he popped up on stage with Olivia Rodrigo. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like when that happens.
I love it when that happens. I'm sure she was thrilled. You know, he's a legend.
He's a legend.
Yeah. He's a legend. Yeah. And he can do it just like that.
Yep.
He's just one of those guys. He'll do it. Don't tempt him.
Big event, a music event over the weekend. Primavera Sound in Barcelona.
Okay.
A couple of younger performers doing different tunes. In this case, Sabrina Carpenter, who's got a ton of hit. I mean, she's huge.
Yeah, Espresso girl.
You'd know
She's
that song if you didn't know who it was. You'd hear that song. It's like, oh, okay, I've heard that before.
That's right.
This is her doing a song from the early to mid '80s. I would have to look it up, but they'll just play it and you'll know the song.
It's gonna start raining men. It's raining men.
It's one of those songs like obviously the whole crowd in Barcelona knows it. It's the Weather Girls.
Absolutely soaking wet. It's raining men.
And that's the way it's supposed to sound.
Yeah.
They're doing a great job.
Actually, I saw the Weather Girls opened up for Eddie Murphy at the War Memorial.
Yes.
In 1986 or 87.
Yes.
Part of his, I think, his Delirious tour.
Yeah.
And I saw
with the
them
red
do that.
leather outfit, right? Eddie Murphy in red leather with the Weather Girls opening. Yeah.
This one from the same festival, Chapel Roan.
Yes.
Another super hot. What would be?
She's the Pink Pony Club
girl,
song.
right?
Yes.
Here is Chapel Roan doing a song that we play here. She's doing great.
She's doing great.
And that's a hard song to sing.
It's really hard.
And she nailed it. That's pretty cool.
Pretty good. I'm impressed, It's hard work. I give her a lot of credit. That's very tough.
Digging it. Aside from that, from text here at 605-8874, a question regarding, we mentioned this earlier, because we talked about the Napa Auto Parts Syracuse Nationals, presented this year by McGuire Family Dealerships in Sweetgrass in July next month, but it's only like 5-6 weeks away at this point, the 18th, 19th, and the 20th. I had mentioned one of the celebrity appearances earlier. Counting Cars stars are going to be there, is the one that we mentioned earlier. But also Ed Beard, the illustrator from Dungeons and Dragons. He's like world famous.
Yes.
Ed Beard is going to be there too. Add that to the list of celebrity appearances at the Syracuse Nationals coming up next month. And I believe our most recent garage tour video is up and running. The one involving our stop out in Marietta and the beautiful McLaren car that was on display there that Chris will have at the Nationals. But check that out on the Syracuse Nationals YouTube channel. And more information, obviously, as we get closer to that great event. Lisa, what's on tap for you today?
Let's see. Today, preparing for, it's going to be rainy today.
Yes.
So, just picking up, organizing, and actually, yesterday we went canoeing at Beaver Lake.
Hey, that's cool.
In the metal cruise. Yeah, it was really fun. So, I really like that a lot. So I'm going to be better prepared next time. So I think today is where, you make the list the next day of everything you need for canoeing. So
and then you
I'm
forget
opening
where you
the
put
door.
The list.
Yeah.
Next time you go,
So-
where's that list I made of all the stuff that we need to bring canoeing?
Yeah. So if you or anyone wanted to, send us a text or a note, what is your favorite thing to bring canoeing is my question as I walk out the door. Help me. I need some help. But other than that,
All right.
enjoying the rain, Gomez.
Cool. Well, we'll see you back here bright and early again tomorrow morning.
I will see you tomorrow morning. So long for now.
So long for now. And coming up here in about 10 minutes, we'll chat with Joe Stanley. He's the official legal advisor on the show. Here's Free on Classic Rock, TK99 and TK105.
Have a great day.
Say that again.
All right.
Oh, have a great day.
Thank you. You guys too.
See you tomorrow.
So long for now. I'm going to post the link to edbeardjr.com in the stream as I leave. All right. Bye, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll come in studio.
Bye.
Ed Beard is one of the.
He's famous. I mean,
And then what was the? So the McLaren's color was the color Y.
it's a blue. It was the blue color because it matched his wife's toenail polish.
That's
I believe.
right. Okay.
Shoes or toenail polish? I forgot now.
But it was something where it's like, all right.
Okay.
I think as you put it, that's different.
That's different.
That's a different level of money right
That's
there.
a different level of.
Wealth, success.
Yep.
Some could say definitely success.
Mhm.
I would say he's suffering from success.
Yeah, good way to put it. Well, see, the guys are up, so Joe Stanley will not be going down the hall there. Classic Rock, TK99 and TK105. That is free. It's 8:31. Gomez and company here. The Yankees last night at Yankee Stadium hosting the Boston Red Sox. A good night for Aaron Judge.
Oh, wait. This ball is smoked, and Aaron Judge has hurt a rookie again. Second deck for Judge, 108 miles an hour off the bat. Just like that, it's 2-0 New York.
2-0, that home run off of Hunter Dobbins, the pitcher for the Boston Red Sox, who at one point said he would retire from baseball before ever playing for the New York Yankees. That's how much of a Boston Red Sox fan he is. But hey, don't do that in front of Aaron Judge. But the Red Sox won a game last night. Off day for the Yankees today. A travel day. Tomorrow taking on the Kansas City Royals. A 7:40 first pitch means our game day coverage tomorrow starts at 7 o'clock here on your home for New York Yankees baseball all season long. TK 99 and TK 105.
Go.
What the? How'd that happen?
Of sparkling device spinner
Hang on here, folks.
cracker you would ever need. Check out Mrs. Fireworks on Facebook and at fireworks1.com. Call us at, you can call us if you want, or you can just come in. Mrs. Fireworks, 570-879-5314.
Visit Mrs. Fireworks at fireworks1.com.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more reliability and versatility built in, like Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Z Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Visit your local Kubota dealer for a demo today.
Log on or give us a call today at whitesfarmsupply.com.
White's Farm Supply.
Buy a pre-owned vehicle with brand new confidence and perks while saving thousands. That's buying a Kia certified pre-owned at Matthews Kia of Clay. Why buy a Kia certified pre-owned vehicle? First, there's the peace of mind, knowing that every single vehicle must pass a 165-point inspection before it can qualify as a Kia certified pre-owned vehicle. Then there's the perks. Kia certified pre-owned drivers can cruise the open road with confidence, knowing their car comes with the remaining industry 10-year, 100,000-mile certified pre-owned limited powertrain warranty, the remaining 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper coverage, 24-hour unlimited miles of roadside assistance for 10 years, covering towing, rental, and other travel breakdown emergencies. And as an added bonus, your Kia certified pre-owned comes with its own complimentary Carfax report and 90 days of free Sirius XM radio. Drive with confidence in a Kia certified pre-owned vehicle at Matthews Kia of Clay and save thousands today.
Hey CNY, this is David from your local Syracuse Edible Arrangements. Are you struggling to come up with gift ideas for Pops for Father's Day? Well, have no fear. That's why your local CNY Edible stores are here. Our amazing sweet treats are sure to satisfy both Dad's sweet tooth and funny bone. Featuring our dad joke themed chocolate dip fruit bouquets, chocolate dip pineapple mustaches, dessert boards with fresh baked cookies, brownies and cheesecakes, Father's Day balloons, and so much more. So stop by, give us a call, or go to edible.com to remind Dad why you're his favorite.
Great shows all summer long at the Sharky's Event Center under the Burritt Motors Pavilion on the Jim Beam stage. June 21st, it's the Ultimate Eagles Tribute. June 22nd, don't miss Ride the Wind, the Ultimate Poison Tribute. July 19th, it's Jukebox Heroes, the Ultimate Tribute to Foreigner. August 2nd, don't miss Sabbath Nights, a night of Black Sabbath featuring Dio and Black Sabbath drummer Vinny Appice. August 8th, don't miss the Skid Row and Motley Crue tribute. These shows and more at the Sharky's Event Center all summer long under the Burritt Motors Pavilion on the Jim Beam stage. Get tickets now at SyracuseTix.com, SyracuseTix.com. Skip highway hassles across New York State, all while you stretch out and relax along the way on Amtrak. With no middle seats, free Wi-Fi, and convenient schedules, travel with ease. And to make travel even easier, download the Amtrak mobile app, explore destinations, and book from anywhere. Make changes on the go, and board with e-tickets. Plus, get status updates and view stops along the way. Learn more at Amtrak.com. Amtrak. Retrain travel.
This hour on Gomez & Company, brought to you by Gannon Pest Control.
Are you ready to shop Central New York's newly fully licensed dispensary? For a one-of-a-kind shopping experience, head to Flintstone, now open at 3711 Brewerton Road in North Syracuse. We've got over 1,200 premium, high-quality products to choose from, carefully selected from over 120 top brands. Flintstone has what you're looking for. Our knowledgeable staff can help you explore our huge selection from brands you know and trust. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just beginning your journey, Flintstone's got something for everyone. You'll be blown away by our selection. You deserve the best, and it's right here. Be in like Flynn at Flintstone, North Syracuse's newest fully licensed dispensary. Now open at 3711 Brewerton Road and flintstone.com. For use only by adults 21 years of age and older. Keep out of reach of children and pets. In case of accidental ingestion or overconsumption, contact the Poison Control Hotline, 1-800-222-1222, or call 911. Please consume responsibly.
Gomez & Company on TK99 and TK105. Syracuse's classic rock.
8:37 here. As we welcome in Joe Stanley, he is the official legal advisor here on the show. Joe, how are you? How was your weekend? Highlight of the weekend for you?
It's good. You know, I'm still waiting for it to be dry, Gomez. We're working on. Maybe it'll be a year before we have a dry weekend.
It might be, you know, and it's fortunately, you know, at least on the weekend downtown, the timing of the rain was early, so that the rest of the days, Friday and Saturday, was good enough where you could come out and enjoy. But then, we just won't like completely. Like we have a couple of projects where it requires 3 days in a row of no rain, like sealing.
Yeah, or
like
painting or whatever. It's really hard if you're in the painting business.
Yeah. So now it's like, and this happened a couple of years ago. We do it every other year. We had to settle for like a 2-day stretch. It's like, we got to get this done. Yeah.
Yeah, we painted our deck on our my office, and we had to fit it in over the weekend, and did it on early, did it, and prayed that it stayed dry until.
Well, say using that as a launching pad. Say you hired somebody, a painter or someone to do concrete work or whatever, and you know that it needs a couple of days of dry weather, but they do it anyway because they're under the gun because they got to get to the next project, and then it doesn't take.
I can relate to this. It's actually happened to me, and it's that's their problem. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you are at risk of, you can make problem becomes you can cover in concrete. You can make sure that it doesn't get wet and whatever. It becomes more expensive if you're going to take those risks. Painting, on the other hand.
Yeah,
you can't cover. Unless it's a very small job.
But can you have recourse? Like, say, it's like, hey, it rained, and you knew it was going to rain, and you need 3 days or 2 days.
If the job doesn't come out, I mean, you're first of all, I would never, there's two ways of looking at it. Does it look okay when it's done, and then you still have a reasonable time afterwards. If the job fails, particularly concrete, you can see if that fails within a
short amount of time.
Yeah, then they have to come back and redo it.
That's it. I mean, fix it. Was that all?
That's having somebody. Well, no, but you want to document that these things happen, and you always hope that you have a responsible contractor, because just because you have a claim doesn't mean you're ever going to collect. And over the years, I've helped a lot of homeowners just try to do it for problems they've had, and just because you have a legal right doesn't mean it's going to be corrected by litigation, because a lot of times the entity you're going after has no funds and no ability to do anything.
This one from text, the question, can I get past criminal convictions expunged? Is that something?
That's something that, yes. I mean, New York has a civil relief statute, and it depends. And there's been a lot of discussion across the country about restoring rights to convicted felons to vote. Some states they can't, and so that's been a topic of conversation. Most states have some process, depending on what crime you were charged with and how long it's been. So, I would talk to a lawyer who does that kind of work. I don't do it. I know it exists, but that's one thing I have never really done. And I've handled a lot of things or helped people a lot of things. That's one thing I have never really done.
But to answer that,
it does exist.
It does exist. So
yes,
I guess
you can call the bar association, and they might refer you to somebody, or you can look online and see somebody who does it.
A similar, maybe it's a different person, but how can I get out of a contract is the question. I don't know what kind of contract you're talking about. It's just a question.
Well, if you have a signed contract, then there are reasons to breach any contract. Okay. Good, bad, and indifferent. So it really depends on the circumstances, what kind of contract you have, where you are on the contract, and what the terms of the contract say. Is it a written contract? Is it a verbal contract?
True.
You
need more information.
Yes.
Whoever sent that along. But like anything, I'm sure you can, whatever the process is.
Yeah, but Gomez, they just had to have a court decision saying that you can't verbally transfer a copyright. So you would think that would be, I would think that, well, wait a minute, that doesn't seem like a good idea. I was just reading, but I guess they had to have somebody tell you, no, that's not, you can't do that. No.
So Joe Stanley from the Stanley Law Office says they'll work hard to get you the maximum award. Joe, thanks. We'll see you next week. Alrighty then. Oops. You know what? My QSportsTalk.com crashed. So if you're still on there, I'm sorry. I wasn't able to get to any questions that someone may have had. But nonetheless, yeah, they're all going out of whack on me here. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. There we go. Get rid of that one. Alrighty then, folks. Tomorrow, see Coach Boeheim will be on the Celebrity Hotline. Ralph Rotella in studio. Lisa making the trip in from the loft to the home office. Have a fantastic Monday. Stay dry. See you tomorrow, and so long for now. Bye.